In a world that often celebrates the outgoing and the gregarious, it's easy to misunderstand introversion. Introversion is not shyness. It's not social anxiety. It's a fundamental personality trait characterized by a preference for quieter environments and more solitary activities. Introverts find deep engagement in reflection, contemplation, and meaningful conversations. They are often drawn to creative pursuits and excel in fields that require focus and concentration. While society may sometimes pressure introverts to be more extroverted, understanding the science behind their nature reveals the unique strengths and perspectives they bring to the world. Introversion is not a weakness to overcome, but rather a different way of experiencing and engaging with life. It's a way of being that is equally valuable and contributes to the richness and diversity of human experience. In the following sections, we'll delve into the fascinating biological and psychological underpinnings of introversion, shedding light on how introverts process information, respond to stimuli, and thrive in ways that may surprise you. But before we dive into the details, if you're enjoying our content and want to keep up with more videos like this, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out and keeps you updated with our latest content. At the heart of introversion lies a fascinating biological mechanism, the reticular activating system. This small but mighty network of neurons in the brainstem acts as a gatekeeper, regulating the flow of sensory information to the brain. Think of it as a dimmer switch for your surroundings. For introverts, this dimmer switch is set a little higher. They are more sensitive to external stimuli, absorbing more information from their environment than their extroverted counterparts. This heightened sensitivity means that introverts can easily become overstimulated in busy, chaotic, or loud environments. Parties, crowded streets, and even bright lights can feel overwhelming, leading to a sense of fatigue or sensory overload. This difference in sensory processing explains why introverts often seek out quieter, more controlled environments. They thrive in spaces where they can regulate their exposure to stimuli, allowing them to focus their attention and energy on activities they find meaningful and engaging. Another key player in the story of introversion is dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. While both introverts and extroverts experience dopamine rushes, their brains are wired to respond to it in different ways. Extroverts tend to have a more active dopamine reward pathway. They experience a greater surge of dopamine in response to social interaction, excitement, and novelty. This biological predisposition motivates them to seek out external stimulation and engage in risk-taking behaviors. Introverts, on the other hand, have a less reactive dopamine reward pathway. They experience pleasure and reward in a quieter, more internal way. Rather than seeking thrills and external validation, introverts find joy in activities that promote calm, focus, and deep thinking. This difference in dopamine sensitivity underscores why introverts often find large social gatherings draining, while extroverts find them energizing. The introverted brain is a hub of activity. Brain imaging studies have revealed fascinating differences in brain activity between introverts and extroverts. One key area of distinction is the frontal lobe, the part of the brain responsible for planning, decision-making, and complex thought. Introverts tend to show greater activity in the frontal lobe, particularly in areas associated with abstract thought, introspection, and long-term planning. This heightened activity suggests that introverts are wired for deeper processing, carefully considering information and weighing potential outcomes before taking action. Furthermore, studies have shown that introverts have more gray matter in certain brain regions linked to introspection and self-awareness. This structural difference may contribute to the rich inner world that introverts cultivate, allowing them to reflect on their experiences, analyze their emotions, and develop a deep understanding of themselves and others. Carl Jung's wisdom beyond the surface. The concept of introversion and extroversion gained prominence in the early 20th century thanks to the work of Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung. Jung believed that everyone possesses both introverted and extroverted tendencies, but one is usually more dominant, shaping our personality and interactions with the world. He saw introversion and extroversion not as rigid categories, but as points along a spectrum. Jung's theory emphasized the importance of psychological energy. He argued that introverts direct their energy inward, focusing on their inner world of thoughts, feelings, and ideas. Extroverts, on the other hand, direct their energy outward, engaging with the external world through social interaction and experiences. Jung's work moved beyond simplistic labels, recognizing the complexity of human personality and the value of both introverted and extroverted traits. The key takeaway is that introverts are not merely shy or antisocial. They have a distinct way of processing the world. This doesn't make introverts better or worse than extroverts. It just makes them unique. Their tendency towards deep introspection and reflective thinking makes them particularly suited for creative work, understanding others' needs, and gathering feedback. So, introversion is something to embrace, whether you're an introvert or someone who loves one. Thanks for watching the video.